Joe, I'm going to toss it over to you. You kind of explained the question a little bit beforehand, but what about you? What kind of work fills your day?
I think what happened to me was I happened upon this article at a time when I was doing what this article describes as insecurity work in a disproportionate way to some other work. And very quickly, the description of insecurity work includes the stuff we do out of our own insecurities, obsessively looking at certain stats related to your company and repeatedly checking what people are saying about you or your product online. And I think when we start a new service or a new product, I probably spend too much time doing that. And as Chris and I were talking before the show, it also leads to me getting away from what I feel is the most powerful part of my day, and that's really the creating and the problem-solving work, and not reactionary, but planning and problem-solving is part of this model is there. So more than anything, I guess what I found in this article was this tool to stand back and audit your day and audit your week and say, hey, how could I be doing this better and more effectively? I think that was really the point. But it was ultimately the jump up in insecurity work that got my interest in this article. Chris, have you seen this thing before? Or, I mean, I realize it's relatively new, but have you seen something like this before?
Sorry, which the graph of the 5 types of work that fill your day?
Yeah.
It's funny because when I read the post, first off, I had this thought of like the 99%. Wait a minute, I'm the 1%. But I misunderstood. I thought he was talking about Occupy. So the 5% of work the 5 types of work that fill my day. I was thinking about it, and I misread it at first because I was trying to think of like how much does work fill my day, and that's more like 5%. But then I realized that of the 5% of my day that's work, I am pretty close to what this graph looks like. Like I am reactionary. I still accidentally fall into that problem of thinking I need to go defend myself against people who complain about me, who aren't my paying customer. So I definitely react a little too much. Procedural is almost slim to none. I mean, I'm just not a grown-up, so I don't proceed very well. The insecurity is, I guess, to me, insecurity was tied into reactionary. But then when it came to like problem solving and all that, I mean, really, if I don't look at that chart, the type of work that fills my day more often than not is a blend between correspondence and trying to really communicate with people that I consider part of my community, and then trying to create something of value that people can take with them. So most every day, if I can help it, I'm coming up with something that people can then make their own and then do something valuable with it. Because I mean, that really just has been how I've won my business all along. And I guess it's not everybody's model. I was thinking today, wouldn't it be cool to just be someone who sells something? Like, wouldn't it be great to just sell soap? You know what I mean? Like instead of something tricky, like you sell hamburgers, or rather you sell a wonderful dining experience or fun with a side of hamburger. But I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool to sell soap? And, then I could be Unilever. So I guess ultimately what I'm trying to do isn't, like this was a really helpful post in a way, because what I ended up thinking was, man, I really need to rethink how I'm spending my time in my day with the percentage of time that I spend on work, I guess, if that makes sense.